While the English vocabulary is quite huge, sometimes we find words in other languages that are very difficult or maybe even impossible to translate while carrying the exact meaning of the original language. For example, we find that there are quite a few German words in English that have become so commonplace that you will be forgiven for thinking that they were English to begin with. So let's discover those few instances when English is a foreign language. The first word is kindergarten. Kindergarten. You are definitely familiar with this word. You must have heard it before. You might even have gone to kindergarten yourself. Literally, children's garden, it means preschool, usually for kids between the ages of 3 and 6. My daughter started to attend kindergarten at the beginning of the year. Doppelgänger. Doppelgänger. Doppelgänger is a word that means two people who look identical, who look like they could be twins. A look-alike, but not an identical twin. In other words, a doppelganger is a person who looks like another person, but they are not related to each other. I saw someone who looked exactly like you, like a doppelganger. We are familiar with the expression Gesundheit when somebody sneezes. Gesundheit. Gesundheit literally means good health, and it means it is used when somebody sneezes. Gesundheit. Do you need a tissue? Blitz is a word that we might have also heard before, or we might have studied in history about the Blitzkrieg in the Second World War. And Blitz literally means a sudden military attack. The Blitz was a devastating aerial bombardment during World War II. Rucksack. Rucksack. Well, that is literally and exactly backpack. I packed my lunch and books in my rucksack before heading to school. Wanderlust. Wanderlust is an expression of the strong desire to travel. She has a severe case of wanderlust and is always planning her next adventure. Sometimes we must admit that when somebody else has some misfortune, we may take some pleasure in it. And that word is German word for Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude. Literally taking pleasure in someone's misfortune. I know it's wrong, but I couldn't help feeling a bit of Schadenfreude when my rival failed the exam. Zeitgeist. Zeitgeist. It's the spirit of the times. We look here at a very famous building in Florence, in Italy, dating from the Renaissance, right? The Enlightenment period. Zeitgeist means the intellectual, moral, and cultural climate of an era. The art of the Renaissance truly captured the zeitgeist of that time. Love it or hate it, sauerkraut. Sauerkraut is very familiar in many cultures, a form of fermented cabbage. I enjoy having sauerkraut with my sausages. A word that you might also know if you are a lover of cars, especially fast cars, it's Autobahn. Autobahn. Autobahn is a German highway with few or no speed limits. We drove on the Autobahn and reached our destination in record time. You might also have purchased some foods at a delicatessen, or a deli as it is sometimes called. Delicatessen means a shop that is selling prepared or specialty foods. Let's grab some sandwiches from the local delicatessen for our picnic. Schloss. Schloss is a word that refers to, as you might guess from our visual, a castle. We visited the beautiful Neuschwanstein Schloss in Bavaria. Some people in England may also ironically refer to their homes as "come to my Schloss for a drink." Wunderkind. Wunderkind, if you've been following Ted Lasso, the Ted Lasso series, you might know that Nathan wanted to be known as a Wunderkind. Here we can see somebody playing the piano, perhaps Mozart, and a Wunderkind is a prodigy or a child genius. Mozart was a true Wunderkind, composing music at a remarkably young age. Angst. Angst, or pronounced in English, angst, is not a happy feeling, right? It's a feeling of anxiety or apprehension. They had a lot of angst before their examination. Kitsch. Kitsch, when we look at these little, I don't know, plastic flowers, perhaps we have a feeling that it's not really art, right? So kitsch is art or art objects or artistic objects that are seen as kind of poor taste, but appreciated ironically. The tacky retro decor in the diner was a celebration of kitsch. And that's the end of this video about some of the most popular German words that are also English words. Thank you very much for following my channel, and thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day. Bye bye.